better and more balanced coverage at 6:30.
The reports that we do have are that in relation to Nasser, the Gaza government media office announced that 283 bodies were recovered, of which 42 have been identified. Victims had reportedly been buried deep in the ground and covered with waste. Among the deceased were allegedly older people, women, and wounded, while others were found tied with their hands. They were found with their hands tied and stripped of their clothes. In relation to Al Shifa, reports suggest that there were 30 Palestinian bodies buried in 2 graves in the courtyard of Al Shifa Hospital in Gaza City, one in front of the emergency building and the others in front of the dialysis building. The bodies of 12 Palestinians were identified in this case, and the others have still not been identified. And there are reports that the hands of some of these bodies were also tied. And in total, the Israeli Defense Forces themselves claim to have killed 200 Palestinians during the Al Shifa medical complex operation. And there are reports that this may be an underestimate, that there may be many more. We are horrified also by the destruction of Nasser medical complex and Al Shifa medical complex, and the reports of the discovery of mass graves in and around facilities. And we call for independent, effective, transparent investigations into the deaths. Given the prevailing climate of impunity, this should include international investigators. Hospitals are entitled to very special protection under international humanitarian law. And let's be clear, the intentional killing of civilians, detainees, and others who are hors de combat is a war crime. We are stressing the need for international investigations. There's a history here of impunity for gross violations, and so many of them have gone undetected and unreported on. So we feel the need to raise the alarm because clearly there have been multiple bodies discovered. We don't know how many. There are reports that some of them had their hands tied, which of course indicates serious violations of international human rights law and international humanitarian law. And these need to be subjected to further investigations. They can't just be, more reports in this horrific war that just pass under the radar.